I I Zenny wants to stream with Xu. I don't know who Zenu is. Shinu? I don't know. I can't read. What's the what's the X? What's the X stand for? Yo, what's up, man? What's up, brother? Look at that. Look at that Monero price. Just get very sexy. USA. It's always good to be early, man. Unless you're pregnant, then probably not good. Oh, anti-moon boy. Yeah, that'd be chill. I would need them to DM me on one of the many platforms I have because I'm only giving out my email. No, I'll find a way. God damn, where is the US dollar? USA. There we go. $361. Beautiful. Monero is pumping, guys. We're gonna become millionaires because that's all that matters. Not the fundamentals of Monero, not how the math works, just the dollar. You know, we're gonna become like the Bitcoin stands, as I would say. I would even argue that somebody needs to. I finally migrated, cloned by Ubuntu installed. I finally migrated, cloned by Ubuntu. Boo on the Ubuntu part, but based that you switched over to Linux. Everyone starts at Ubuntu and then leaves and comes to terms with better open source, unproprietary software, and more based Linux distributions, aka Void. Once you get Fluffy Pony as a rat. I'm not really too what's the word? I'm not too really hip to. I don't know really who Fluffy Pony is, to be completely honest. People say he was like the original Monero dev. I know that sounds crazy for me as a person who reads a lot of stuff. And I am not aware of what's going on with the drama. I know he did a partnership with a handshake with Wagyu, but this is I'm a Linux newbie. Based, though, as you should be. Linux based, welcome to the club. I do not shame people that actually use other distributions. Unless you're a NixOS user, you can go fuck yourself. You're gay and no one likes you. But I will say that I am not aware of the Fluffy Pony scandals or anything that's going on. I do not like Wagyu beef. I think it was stupid and retarded. I don't care about the hyper liquid. I don't care about the swapping. I think it's gay. And this might be counterintuitive, but that's the point of the Monero space is you're not supposed to agree with everyone. You're not supposed to. It's not a uniformic agreement compliance ideology, and it never should be. And I don't think there are things that we should all agree on. This is my biggest, I guess, like pet peeve of Monero is if you don't like something, you are anti-Monero, you're gay, and everyone hates you, and you suck. And I think that's stupid. And I even have the same opinion about Linux. There's a lot of things I don't agree with that Linux does. I think Linux makes some security mistakes when you actually like read on how Linux works and like the documentation. But that's the point. That's the beauty of it is you're not supposed to agree. This is why forks exist. This is why the space needs ideas, innovation, and competition. I mean, it's literally the best option you have in terms of usability versus usability through trial and error and different ideas and competition versus we can get a 33% desktop Linux market share by 2100. I don't think the desktop share is going to ever grow to like a substantial. And to be honest, I don't care. I want people to come to Linux people to come to Linux out of frustration, not out of convincing. Because if you convince somebody, that's going to take longer. If they come out of frustration and disapproval, they'll most likely stay. Hey, I had this problem with Windows. It's not aligned with my values. Where should I go? Like that's generally the approach. Or because like if you spend 60 to 40%, 80%, whatever your time trying to convince everyone why you should use Linux, you're never going to get anywhere. People are going to have their different reasons why they do and don't use Linux. My reason's different. Mine's, I guess, unique in itself. Mine came from frustration from Windows. My shit's supposed to be mute. One second, I must get beer. Damn, that shit hurt. Well, that was painful. But that's okay. Back to the point. Well, I really am a late night eater. And beer drinker. So, relatively speaking, I want the Linux desktop to, just like Monero, I wanted people to come out of frustration. Oh, I was being serious. For sure, even if you were being serious, I mean, market share doesn't really bother me. I think it'll get higher than that, maybe, if Windows continues the path, but that's going to come out of frustration. And that's going to come from people disagreeing with the age verification on that level. And if the Linux devs would stop being a bunch of pussies and actually stand up against this fucking retarded idea of age attestation or whatever the fuck they want to call it, then I think more people would actually come to Linux. They would embrace free and open source software because it's going to come from a pain point. You got to find people's pain points. It's just not rational. And I would say even more that a lot of these, I mean, this is like, I guess maybe my problem with YouTube. A lot of these YouTubers are like always, oh my, ugh, this is very cringy. This is about so I watch a lot of Linux content, and there's nothing more lame than it's like Mr. Beastified Linux content. Like if you just put in Linux, it's going to be memes mostly. It's always memes with Linux, to be honest, which is kind of funny, and I embrace it more. But we get a lot of like these people. They're like, "I'm leaving Arch because of this. Follow my course," and it's like, if you want to be a Linux hero, here's my course, and it's like, dude, go fuck yourself. I hate you. I wonder if I can. Oh my god, based. This one's funny actually. Oh man, that's gay. Like this, I hate this. I don't like this guy either. He sucks. I don't like this because I think this is the Mr. Beast and shitification of YouTube, and it's annoying. Like it's like, dude, have your own personality, please, for the love of God. And they're like, and this is my issue. They say this is the meta. No, you make it the meta. You're the reason this is the meta. Because you're continuously doing it. Hey guys, it just works. Man, I haven't watched Mental Outlaw in a long time. I'll even say I appreciate Mental Outlaw's like thumbnails like a little bit better because they're like kind of like 4chan-ish. Yeah, Network Chuck is the Mr. Beast of Linux, and it's not a compliment. YouTube used to be about you, like you making content, not everyone in the audience appeasing to all these fucking numbers. Like, I don't know. Yo, switch to Linux, man. He looks old now. He's been consistent with his thumbnails. His has always been like shit from like 2005. Linus is just a bitch. He's just doing it for the views. Yo, based. Oh, come on. I like the unironic Linux memes. Like the installing the browser, we get it. They're like, okay. Sure, it's fine. But installing a browser has been easier than ever. Come on, don't be a bit. I hate this thumbnail, not gonna lie. Let me see if I can find it on my normal browser. Well, I mean, Void Linux is the benefits of Void Linux is the benefits of a rolling release without being like Arch, and it's very like anti. It has like very good repository structure and like the XPBS package manager is based. Degree in CS? No, I'm just retarded. I'm retarded. I'm too retarded for that. I'm actually none. No tech background, no computer science degree, nothing. I'm just a nerd who loves privacy and thinks everyone should, and security in general. Like everyone should have access to it. Can I watch this?
Having more than 10 desktop environments installed, mixed between Wayland and X11. Imagine installing dependencies of every kind, compiling projects by hand, running different versions of browsers, kernels, libraries, and keep adding, removing, experimenting with no real criteria. The more you pile on, the more fragile the system becomes. It's inevitable. Any distribution, sooner or later, breaks.
Debian is a complete free app. Oh, the community. Debian is a community of people. The operating system. Many of vouch. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. AI voice. Fuck you, Jay. Jay's just a hater. Because he uses Debian.
Even Debian, probably one of the most solid distributions ever created, has a break.
It's not. I disagree with him already. Debian sucks and I hate it. After you leave Debian, after you leave the Debian circle of hell and Ubuntu, you're like, there's so many better options out there. So the problem, I mean, once you get away from systemd, once you get away from Debian, you're like, there's so many things that other init systems and Linux distributions fix that is problematic with Debian and just LTS in general. Even Arch is a step above LTS. I mean, Gentoo, I think in the scale, Void Linux is based. It's the most based. Oh, it's because I use it, so it's super based. Then you have Gentoo, which would be the next option I would pick because it allows me to build my system like from source, like it's a source-based distro. And then I would go back to Arch if Gentoo went schizophrenic. And then if I absolutely had to, yeah, fuck Debian. What are you eating for a snack? Fuck Debian, true. I'm eating pickles. Just a bowl of pickles, to be honest. Because everyone likes, I just like pickles. Pickles based.
I experienced this personally. When I tried to install Medesktop on top of it, the port of KDE1, even Debian collapsed. And that's normal. There's always a limit beyond which you can't push.
I mean, LTS Linux distributions are pretty bad. Once you get out of them. Once you go to a rolling release, I would say Void Linux is a very stable rolling release. Nuh-uh. LFS beats Void, even though I didn't try LFS. I've tried LFS. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's cool. But in terms of performance, we know that Void Puppy Linux is less bloat than Gentoo. Just hate to say it, man. They hate us because of anus. You should ditch Windows. Okay, why does Void Puppy use less RAM? I mean, you should ditch Windows, but if you're going to use Windows, yeah, Tails is good.
After enough installing, removing, testing, swapping libraries, and creating increasingly complex combinations, I'll admit I almost wanted to fail. How to Call Void was too good to change. Partly because, yes, I've watched Better Call Saul.
Oh, this guy has an AI voice. That's what you're saying. Yeah, probably. The Tux channel based on Void Linux. What a based channel. I wish I found this when I discovered Void, but I didn't. I discovered Void because it has the word void in it, and I was like, based. It sounds. Actually, I think I tried using Void on the mobile, because I had a Pine phone for a while, the mobile platform, but the development kind of disappeared. Oh, for real? Base, that's cool.
And for me, it's an absolute masterpiece. Void. Simple Void literally. Void doesn't derive from DPK. It doesn't derive from Pac-Man. It doesn't derive from RPM. It's a system built from scratch with RSA signed repositories.
So, and the cool thing about Void Linux is you can set up a local repository like yourself. You can run it. Dude, I just watched this video a few hours ago. It should have convinced you to go over to Void Linux. Well, I think a lot of Linux distributions that don't incorporate age verification, like systemd, isn't going to. I mean, Void Linux does, and a lot of systemd free options. They're just going to. People are going to just naturally draw to it. They hate us because they ain't us. Where all my pickle? Who's up eating pickles?
SHA-256 hashes and an architecture designed from the beginning to be portable, fast, and most importantly, consistent.
Very consistent.
XPS alone doesn't explain void stability. Void stability is explained by looking at the complete process, from the moment a package is created to the moment it arrives on your system. And that process is far more rigorous than it appears. Everything begins with templates. Not every distribution works this way.
And the cool thing is, probably. And the cool thing about Void Linux, not only did they build the package manager up, it's super easy.
Many systems, package definitions exist, but they're often split across different formats, partially generated, or tightly coupled to complex tooling that hides part of the process.
Fuck Python.
In others, like those based on DPKG or RPM, the build instructions are there, but they are not always as linear, minimal, or immediately readable as a simple shell script. Void does something different. In Void, every package is described by a shell file called a template. It's not an opaque binary, it's not a proprietary format. It's a plain text file, readable, versioned in Git, reviewable by anyone. It describes exactly what gets downloaded, how it gets compiled, what gets installed, and where.
I kind of hate this video, to be honest. It's just the way that maybe it's too slow for me. Oh, that explains it. I'm retarded. I'm not doing my usual. He just talks too slow. It's not his fault that he's missing a couple chromosomes. It's my fault for being consuming too much Tylenol as a kid.
The heart of the project is the Void packages repository. That's where everything begins. Thousands of templates, each describing the package. There's no black box. It's a transparent versionable.
Template from C++? Ah. But Rust better. Rust more based. Rust faster.
Open process. The build cycle is linear and deterministic. Setup, fetch, extract, patch, configure, build, check, install, package. Every phase has a precise purpose. Every phase can fail explicitly. No magic, no approximation. When XBPSArch builds a package, it doesn't do it on your system. Not in your file system, not with your libraries, not with your configuration. It builds in isolation. It does it inside a master tier, an isolated, separate, controlled environment. And this isolation is not a traditional root. XBPSArch uses Linux namespaces to create a true lightweight container with process isolation and binding.
Hear that?
It's completely separate.
Containers, baby!
No Docker, no overhead, no root privileges. This is not a minor detail. It means every package is compiled in a clean environment that cannot be contaminated by the state of the host system. Whatever.
You hear that, guys?
Imagine installing.
Listen here. Lock in. Lock in thoughts. Why should there be Monero convention in Kansas? I don't know. It just seems like a good place to put it. Why not? I was just like when I was talking to Doug on Monero Talk, I was like, we need it in America, and I was like, we should just put it in fucking Canada. Like, we need it in America, and we should put it in Kansas just one time. Come on, hear me out. One big Monero. Like, don't do it in fucking Florida. Don't do it in New York. Don't do it in fucking Cali. Don't do it in like the major cities like Chicago. Do it in Kansas. That's how you convince them. Imagine you're a farm. What about Arkansas? Or yeah, sure. I'll accept Arkansas even. I don't know if it'd be off. I don't know if it has to be off grid. I think those people are like digitally online now. They probably have like KKK meetings in like Zoom. But if they're a base, they should be using Jitsi. Remember, if you're gonna Arkansas is literally the Kansas with an R. Yeah, that's true. I've been to all 52 states, including Greenland and Canada.
Dependencies of every kind, compiling projects by hand, running different versions of browsers, kernels, libraries, and keep adding, removing, experimenting with no real criteria.
Let me just skip
This
ahead.
isn't something to take for granted. Most package managers don't have a test suite at this level. The second plane concerns individual packages.
Wait, so what do you think about Linux being written in Rust? It'd be a good move. Rust is memory safe. It solves a lot of issues that exist in Linux. I think we should de-bloat the Linux kernel. It's getting too huge. We need to adopt memory safe language. I mean, this is something that people are like super against, that are developers. They're like, no, not my C, not my C++, not my JavaScript, not my balls. It's like, all right, get fucked, dude. Sorry. You suck too. I don't think that, and people are like, performance. It's like, okay, it's not about performance. Humans make mistakes. Code can get huge. Why not make memory safe language? I mean, like, what's your argument against it? And people are like, write better code. Sure. But you can do that in Rust. And you can do that. Rust isn't safe for kernel devs, though. Yeah, there could be an argument for that because you have to. There are things you have to write in an unsafe manner in Rust for it to work in some aspect. I mean, I've watched a lot of Rust content, but C++ are battle tested with years of examples. Yeah, for sure. Rust is young, but does that mean we shouldn't evolve? If the argument is like C good now, well, okay, then why aren't we still using landlines and horse and buggy? I mean, like the ideas of like battle tested. No, we should 100%. It's a Monero situation to the other newer privacy coin. Yeah, I think C has its place, and C++ has its place. And C# has its place. But I also think Rust has its place. For sure. I think C is doing some movements, but there's probably, I mean, there are people that are saying in certain critical, like, Rust is huge in the micro kernel systems and like small development boards and the industrial. I think it should go into the industrial applications. I mean, for sure. x86 has its problems. RISC-V solves a lot of problems with x86. I mean, tech doesn't move lightning fast. We're now getting consumer 10 gig networking. Now. Where people can afford it. $10 gig networking, that's such a stupid thing to even bring up. No, but once tech breaks a wall, it's a math. Yeah. Like, there's so many things that we're consumers are having access to now, and we're experiencing now because we're so used to being like, look, guys, Wi-Fi 6 has been around. I mean, like, there are some innovations that are going to move really, really fast. The download speed in 10 years, the download speeds in 10 years alone. Yeah. Think of like LTE to 5G, 3G to 2G to 4G, 4G, then LTE, and then 5G. I mean, light years difference. It's amazing. But a lot of this stuff doesn't hit the consumer market because it's not affordable. We're so used to, look, yeah. I think Rust has its place. I think Rest 5 is going to eventually have its place and overtake x86 where it falls short. I mean, but the people that are like, don't adopt it or don't even try or don't test or C is fine now. Those are the same people that probably said the same thing about fucking Cobalt. Like when Cobalt was like look at Cobalt. Cobalt was very popular. The developers are dying, and a lot of systems need to update and switch over. They're probably paying Cobalt devs like fucking hand over fist to stay alive. But it's outdated, and there's problems with it. It needs to be fixed. We need a migration. I mean, so instead of all these people that are like, yeah, let's stay with it. Like, no one probably thought Cobalt would ever probably eventually become a boomer, 6 people that know how to use it language. They're like, this is the future. This is it. This is where we're staying. And C's eventually gonna fall off in development because people don't like the syntax or the way it runs, or they don't care that you can manually control memory, etc., or whatever. Eventually, I mean, I'm surprised HTML. I know there's been a lot of web developers aren't real, so that's not real development. They're just painters, really, to be honest, of the internet. I know there's a lot of web, the 100th JavaScript engine is going to take over. The what was the HTML that was supposed to take over? Java, it was HTMLX or something, and it never took. No one cares, even though there's probably some. I think I'm going to move to Fortran. No, man, you got to use Haskell. Real developers use Haskell. I'm telling you, HTML, not a real developer. JavaScript, you're literally the reason that the internet can spy on you. Fuck you. CSS, you might as well just say you don't have any skill. That's all I'm saying. XHTML, yeah. And I think there is actually improvements to HTML with XHTML, just it never got adopted. There's a lot of things that, when you look at it from an outside window, you're like, oh, this is great. This looks like it should work, and honestly, it probably is better, but it's going to take either a long time for adoption or it'll just never happen. This happens all the time, though. This happens inside tech world, outside of tech world. Later, Billy. There's probably a bicycle out there that's a million times more efficient than the two-wheel bike that we have now. GS is just pure surveillance tech at the moment. Yeah, for real. I hate JavaScript with everything. JavaScript has always been the problem. Insert meme there. Well, I mean that's why the Tor browser tells you, because JavaScript can collect so much information. I mean, I get it. When you're a web developer, aka just a painter for the internet, no real skill, you essentially can get so much analytics from JavaScript, tons. And tech, in general, in my, memes aside, tech always sometimes has a pure intent and nothing else, and then it gets abused. We have cookies. Cookies had a pure intent. It's a great idea, actually, on paper. Later, Jay. It's a great idea on paper, but then you find out cookies can be exploited. It's used to track you now. Hell yeah, man. Get that sleep, brother. Hell yeah, brother. You definitely need to, a lot of websites rely on it. I hate when it's enforced. I think it should be an option. You should let me use cookies to log into current sessions, yeah. Yeah, it's actually a great idea. On paper, it's a great idea. It's awesome, but it can be exploited, and it's used to track you. I mean, they quite literally know like these, and again, it's a good idea turned evil. JavaScript probably was a great idea on paper. Yeah, you can exploit 2FA, you can exploit logins. I mean, lots of problems with cookies. I think you should wipe your browser constantly. I think it's Bit Bleach. Bleach Bit is the one that can wipe your sessions out, I believe. You should just do it on exit. To be honest, yes, it's an inconvenience, but it's really depending on you. I think people should make their own decision at the end of the day. And there's a lot of tech that's probably great on paper, and in reality, it's used now, like Ring doorbells. I'm gonna be a devil's advocate. I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom, obviously not a real job, and I'm gonna I leave my house, I go out, and I get a notification on my phone. Someone's at my door. They're dropping off a package. Anyone caring enough to secure their finances should be securing their digital footprint. Yeah, for real. Yeah, you should. I think you should use Cubes OS. I think crypto traders and people that are really into the Monero, Tails and Cubes OS you should use that. That should be your first option. But if you're a mom and you're on the way, or you're a dad and you just want to know who's at your door, or there's a crackhead trying to break in. There's definitely a good out of it. I'm not saying it's all technology bad, all bad. Obviously, there's good cases for it, but the vast majority is terrible. It's quite literally being used in surveillance networks. There's what's the name of that shit company that makes, for some reason, millions of dollars but doesn't do anything? Starts with a P. Not Perplexity. I don't know why I'm thinking of Perplexity. Palantir, pile of shit. True proof that real capitalism in America doesn't exist. Because Palantir would have a good way for Amazon to collect and document your every step and move, ring doorbells, and yeah, for sure, 100%. That's why I say if you're gonna get a ring bell, doorbell, do not the best consumer non-DIY option. What if we gave evil AI Cubes OS? It would make it super cool. I think the best option. I think the best option that we have for a doorbell that's locally controlled that isn't open source and that is not, what's the word, where you build it yourself, is definitely going to be Unify's doorbell. Unify's, I sound like a shill for them, but the fact that they let me host my controller and everything local, I don't care. Whatever, they're proprietary. Do I bug them to do open source all the time? Yeah, of course. Do I shame them for not being open source? Yeah. I think they should be shamed. Next time someone is at a tech conference, if they come across Unify CEOs or developers, shame them. Tell them they suck for not being open source, and that they should be open source, and we'd still support them, and they would actually get more love and respect from the community. Because I know a lot of people that are in the open source community that love Unify because they're so clean. They are clean. They're a clean system. I have no problem with clean UX designs. If you want to talk about really a useless job, it's really UX devs. They're honestly they are the most useless developers. But I do appreciate a good clean UI where it's modern, it's nice looking. I have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is when every single website's like this, and they all look the same, and they have no personality, and they're gay. And it sucks because the internet in the 2000s used to be super fucking cool. Websites would almost compete on just an aesthetic. Now it's just we all have to copy the same. We all have to look like this. There's plenty of videos that have deep dived into what happened to the internet, because the 2000s was probably the greatest section of it. Anyone can read a HTML book and recite recreate. That tried happening. Someone tried reviling, like they tried bringing back a MySpace ish. You can't recreate MySpace. You just can't. Web got some good website graphics. WebGL. Yeah, I like the early 2000s look. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some good modern looks. Don't like Brave's pretty modern. Can I not recreate my own website, self-hosted and all? Yeah, for sure you can. But someone tried doing this. They tried recreating the MySpace actually, and it was so bad, no one cared. Let's look. Let's see. Let's see a part of it. Yeah, fuck yeah. Look at this. 2D Advanced Studios V1 in 2000. Oh, man, what a great website. Web Design Museum. Newgrounds. Oh, dude, Newgrounds was, oh man, super based. But if we have our own, but what if we had our own domain? Move modern socials off the social platform and, yeah, good luck. I mean, Noster's our best bet. Noster is very clean. I'm building a Nostr client right now. It's gonna be probably a year, maybe if not more, before I like throw it out there and see if people use it. And I'm trying to go for an early 2000s look. I like Nostr. I think Nostr is the closest thing that we have to like early MySpace era, and I'm really trying to get it to work. So it's gonna be quite a while. But it's going to have some Monero tipping scheme in it. But I want like top 8 back, and I want a global feed and like a board. I don't know. I'm figuring it out. Yeah, for sure. I'm hopefully it works. Wow, is Newgrounds even around? Yeah, see, look at this. This is gay. This, hate. Let's go to 2006. This based. This was based. Look at that. Piss yellow. 2010, they stayed the same. 2012, it went a little bit more modern. Let's put it in 96. 2001? Yeah, they kept that for a minute. Everything is built to collect as much possible on the customer. Yeah, for sure. We don't care about it. We don't care about, and that's like my whole point of like YouTube is about you as the creator, and you made stuff and you enjoyed it. You know what I mean? You did it for the love of it, not taking 80 fucking sponsors from 80 shitty companies and having nothing happen to you. Oh my God, addictinggames.com based. Look at this. Need for Speed Underground 2004. This would be you and the homies. Look, I don't have a problem with people making money, but it's become very soulless. I sound like a boomer now, yelling in the clouds. But it's okay. I think that happens to all of us. Wow. They should have stuck with when was the last year they did it? 2002? No, they were still kind of gay. 2018? I don't know what the fuck they were doing here. 2015. Okay. 2015, still kind of based. Okay. And then 2018 is when they went gay. So 2018, they died. Let's just put that out there. 2010, the most based. Everything. This was such a sick site. I got to play so many cool games because I didn't have a powerful PC growing up or anything. Google, YouTube. Yeah, this is when YouTube was based. What was the best year of looking YouTube? Oh, man. So 2012 kind of sucked. This was the based version of YouTube. This is when they were cool. You would just, videos being watched now. Look at all these, they would get hundreds of thousands of views, and they wouldn't have to do all these fucking crazy thumbnails except these tits. Girl by POV broke. Oh, College Humor. We all the standard. HP Dell PC in the early 2000s? Yeah, I think everyone did. God, yeah, college humor used to be super funny. Off the pill, noisy people. What the fuck? Yeah, this is when I mean, even in 2011, YouTube was like, "Yo," it would just be like a random cut, um, from the video. Sometimes they would have like a weird thumbnail, but it was like, what was the one that everyone? Vsauce, Michael from Vsauce. What was the one? It was the circle. Now you get to demonetize for having those thumbnails. Yeah, kind of. You get Charlie from Penguin Zero Moist Critical. He. I think people just like him, so they like click on his video. But he does like pretty much no effort in his thumbnails. Remember the red circle with the arrow pointing? That was huge. That was like the big one. Everyone was like red circle, like oh. At least that was kind of funny. Now and then everyone copied it, and no one cares anymore. Yeah, the red circle was hilarious. You knew something. You knew something was up. Bad and ugly websites. Yo, Pizza Hut. What the fuck? Netflix. Yeah. You know what? I didn't know. You know what? I didn't know. Grab me in NFS. Um, I didn't know that Netflix still did DVD rentals up until like I think just recently. But this is rent all the DVDs you want for $20 a month, no late fees. How times have changed. It went back. It went down. Let's see what the price. Do they have the prices? Oh, come on. Give us the price, baby. $7.99. Guys, see? It's not that bad. We're paying $8 now for ads. Join for a free month. They left. That was in 2016. That's 2008. 2010. I wish they showed the price. Like, you know what I mean? Oh, $8. So you know what? Netflix has been keeping their price since 2010. But imagine if you started at this price. $20 is probably crazy. Oh, nice, a cookie. Activate your cookie for Internet Explorer 5.0. My cookies are activated. I'm ready to try Netflix for free now. Wow, instructions. This is crazy. Sign up and choose your movies. Get them in the mail. What a... And then they're like, yo, the best way to rent movies, DVDs, 17. So their price kept going down. Interesting. I wonder why people complain about their price. 17. And then they got acquired. The best way to rent movies. Free shipping both ways, no late fees. Then it went down to $10 a month. So that was probably the pricing for a while. But now you have to spend $20 a month to even get like the good stuff, like the 4K or whatever. So yeah, no, it's back to 20, guys. What am I saying? The world's first website, IBM, Sun Microsystems, CNN.com, The White House, 1995. Name one good show on Netflix, right? I don't know. I don't have Netflix. I just sail the seven seas every day. Yo, Ren and Stimpy. The International Conference of the World Wide Web. Welcome to Apple. This looks based. I It's not the price for me. It's just I don't. I mean, I'll buy a DVD. I'll buy a DVD before I pirate it. 100%. I have no problem with buying media. I actually embrace to buy media. But if I had to choose between media versus like subscription, yeah, I mean piracy versus subscription, yeah, I'm picking piracy. I'll be damned if I pay $8 a month after a year, 1 year, what, 100, almost $100. You got to be smoking crack if I'm going to pay $100, and I just have access to 1,000 movies. That sounds to, I sound like I'm being insane for saying that. I don't need 1,000 movies. Nobody does. Nobody needs 1,000 movies. No one needs access to 2,000 movies. 3,000 movies. You can look at what was it? This was about a year ago. On tour. Okay. I was showing people like music that you can 100% buy music for one Spotify subscription a year if you just take that $10 a month and listen to fucking YouTube with Brave in the background for a year. Take the $10 and put it away, or $14 or $15, whatever. Put it away and just buy fucking CDs. And then do this crazy thing. Put them on your computer and then put them on an MP3 player. And then you own them forever. Forever. Not Best Buy. Not Target. Not Barnes & Nobles. Not Facebook. Let's go to deep discount. It was peak. I mean, it's not the same when you buy an album. You listen to the whole thing. You appreciate it. We've gotten fucking media ADHD. I behind in the stream. No, it's okay. You can always catch up in theory. So for $33. So do they have a $5 bin? And they're like, "Oh no, I can't watch it weekly. I can't catch up." Just wait. Wait like we had before. So you could get 18, 20, 40, 50, 60. You can get like 5 movies or a box set. You can just buy a box set. Find a series, buy it. And you own it forever. You don't have to worry about your fucking bank account getting gangbanged by 18 subscriptions. That's I think the average subscription price now in America a year is like $900 or something. It's like crazy. Let's see. Or people don't have time for something like MySpace. What do you mean? We definitely have time. What's this from? We always have time. Time is all about what you consider value. Like all the editing. Oh, you don't got to do that. That's a choice. You never had to. It's cool. It's definitely cool. It was time consuming, and most people did it because they were kids. Yeah. Do kids not exist today? We objectively have more time now than we ever had in history. Yo! $2,000. Gen Z has $300 a month? That's crazy. Boomers are 87. That's probably just like cable. Actually, I hear a lot of boomers still have cable, and they'll be like paying like 300 a month. See, boomers do now, however, lead in one category. 5% subscribe to news or magazine services significantly higher than any other generation. It's probably fucking expensive. Okay, so even if it's 200, yeah, customizing took time for sure. But like kids exist today, they have more time. They have more time to learn now. Objectively, more time to learn. What's resubs? Control your subscriptions. You can get there's a free and open source option for this where you can track all of them and then fucking delete it yourself. You don't have to use this proprietary dog shit. I have it. It's somewhere on my app, one of my applications, because I was like, how many subscriptions do I have? Because like I'll do stuff that like help me, I guess, like reinvest into the channel, but that's really about it. Yes, track up to 5 subscriptions, all free. Premium unlocks unlimited, advanced analytics, and automatic detection. Yeah, have access to our bank account. Yeah, the last thing you want to... They're asking you to play a subscription to know about your subscriptions. Is this included? What a interesting... What's the pricing? I just need to know the pricing, guys. I hate when they don't give it. That's my biggest irk. My biggest angies. I would even say that... Okay. What? Oh. Found it. I don't care about this. Why does every developer that has the most useless shit look like this? I build apps, guys. And it's like the 800th analytic app on the like that's like literally so cringe. Like things like Rocket Money shouldn't exist. You should just comb through your bill. You're like so many modern applications and banking apps break down your fucking bill to you. I don't know. That's just how I look at it. Oh, nice. Unify Protect, a local AI camera that respects your privacy.
Deal.
data is the new currency? For sure. Like this lava lamp. Oh. And I don't think it's weird to like have physical media anymore. I used to think it was lame. I was like, that's kind of lame. That's like, it's space. I'm a space conscious person. I like to utilize space as much as possible. But I was like, wait a minute. I'm retarded. I can buy it, own it, put it in a physical space, and digitize it if I want to eventually sell it, which would be, in the FCC's eyes, illegal because that's piracy. Because I decided to take that thing that I already bought with my money and copy it. Not even for sale, just for so that I can sell the disc to someone else so they can do the same. But it's, I don't know, it's lunacy. I would even say that people should go out of their way to, like, people should go out of their way to buy media. And not even just buy media. Embrace it, use it, sell it. But have you noticed everybody that owns a business or like starts a business, they always make YouTube videos? I've noticed. Like later, they're like, what's it like to own a salon? It's just interesting. I've seen content creators get, and then they talk about burnout. Like they're like, guys, I'm burnt out. We're like, yeah, no shit. You're running a business and uploading every day, and you're fucking treating this like the job. You're treating this content creation like the job. There's a YouTuber I follow that's where they get all their leads from. Like, but I don't think they get burnt out because they just fucking make it at the leisure. They make their content like at their leisure. They create it when they see it fit, when it makes sense. Not let me be content creator and be on TikTok and on YouTube trying to make, super high quality and like we've hit the problem with YouTube. It's become the next TV. It's like it's kind of like the worst because like it's not like, again, a platform where people get to express themselves. It's a platform that's filled with advertisers, and not even just advertisers, shitty sponsors that no one vets, that we find out later is a parasite, and people that just want to do like they want to have mini studios. And now, because big studios that had fuck you money are buying up all these fucking studios like Vertasium, Dona Media, Fireshift, all of them, they buy them and then they just fucking, they're like, you have to be profitable. If you're not, we're going to fucking skin you and kill your family and sacrifice you to, insert country here. That's the problem, is YouTube. I remember like when, like the biggest contracts would be gamers for a long time on YouTube. Like you would want to be on Machinima's team because Machinima had pull. It was huge. You wanted to get monetized, Machinima. You wanted to make money in the gaming industry, Machinima. Like that was it. And then I think they're called market managers. They're like MMs. They're like specific people that would want to get monetized. They wanted a connection to YouTube. They would find some leech in the middle that literally offers no value besides the fact that they may know somebody in the industry, and they would help them dispute everything, but they would take 50% of like your revenue. That's not worth it. Why are you even doing YouTube at that point? You're literally a W-2 employee. The point of YouTube was to essentially work for yourself, and I really hate when people are like in the space that have like a manager and they have like a company that kind of owns them. You don't own your channel anymore, in my opinion. You are a W-2 employee for YouTube and this person that's taking like 30% of your money. They're terrible. Most people don't do them now, hopefully. I from what I understand, it's like very uncommon. But there are some channels that still have these contracts. They're like 20 plus years or 10 years, or they're like forever, and they can't get out of them. They're insane. Or like they got them like, they became big like 5 years ago and they got like 8 years left. on them. It's crazy. It's crazy to give up 30 to 50% of your revenue to someone and then get taxed on it and then have to pay yourself somehow. It's fucking retarded. Don't ever sign a contract in this kind of industry. You'd be dumb, and you'll lose money. Just like owning your own media, just like becoming a musician, you should never sign a contract until you have a lawyer. Get a lawyer. Lawyers people think like lawyers are like so like they cost so much money, and they're like, oh god, I was young and dumb. I don't think that's an excuse anymore. When you have access 24 hours, 24 unfederated access to the fucking internet, you can quite literally just look up like this guy is. If instead of using ChatGPT to ask you where the hoes are at, you should be asking it, should I sign this contract? Where to find a lawyer? How much does a lawyer cost? Oh, only $100 for them to read through this? That saved me tens of thousands of dollars over the next year? For sure. Like, I don't know. It's common sense, man. This is why I would say a lot of channels fail, or they have to take the fucking sponsorship from the insanely shady company. I'm looking directly at you. I'm looking at you, all the sponsors. Anytime I see a sponsor come up, I know 6 to 7 channels are going to start taking. Like they take it like slop. They take it like absolute slop, and they lose their moral. And you know they don't fucking use it. They're like, guys, I want to talk about today's sponsors, Fume, where you don't actually smoke cigarette, you just suck on flavor air, or Simply Safe, where we find out if someone's breaking your house, and we're AI data driven instead of you just doing it yourself, and we want to make sure you don't get raped. And it's like, I know you're not using this. Or HelloFresh, comment below, think deep below what. For the engagement, what's your most hated sponsorship when you see it pop out of nowhere and you know the fucker doesn't use it? Like that's always my favorite. I always think about it. I'm like, this person didn't use it. That's why I like sponsors. I like sponsor skip because it skips that shit. And sometimes it takes a fucking video to like from like 8 minutes to like 4 or 5. It's like insane because the segments are so integrated. It's like, dude, you just took half your fucking channel is like just sponsors. Like, how is this even enjoyable for the viewer? I think Jeff Geerling, he did a video on his second channel, and he talks about it. Like, he's like, yeah, YouTube wanted to put like 7 ads in like my video, and he tried to cut it down as much as possible. You don't really have absolute. I'm not monetized. I know ads. I'm not monetized at by the way, full monetization. I don't have full monetization. I have partial. I don't want to lie on the internet. I don't have full monetization. I know ads even before partial monetization. I know ads play on my video, and I embrace people to run an ad blocker because they should, because ads are gay and I hate them. I hate them. So why would I impose ads on other people? I even thought about it. I was like, once I get fully monetized, I should see how many ads YouTube will just it's not guaranteed, but I'm just wondering if like I hit that 9-minute mark in a video, can I just put 100 ads, in there? I know it's not always concrete and like the same and everything because it's just not possible, but I would like just to do one video all ads. Like I would sell. I know people have done sold ad space per square on a banner, but I want to sell ad spots in an hour video where I just keep reading ads and have YouTube plays ads on top of that. Like they'll interrupt my ad for another ad, and then in my ad slop, I just want to make the most ad a billboard, and then my my description is just a giant ad filled with all affiliate marketing. I just want to do the Black Rock of ads in one video. That'd be really funny. just nothing but ad reads for 15 minutes straight. And that's why I don't have my email anywhere, because fuck business inquiries. If somebody wants to reach me, they can reach me, or I'll reach out. You should monetize. They're going to show ads regardless. My confliction with monetization, and this is kind of an interesting. And if somebody gets this far into this video, if you're doing YouTube, if you're doing content on Twitter, if you're opting for a business to accept Monero, whatever. I don't believe in free labor. And that is exactly what I came to, is they're going to show ads anyways, but I'm going to get to my point. I don't like the idea of handing YouTube this much free labor, and this is something I had to internally come with. I was never going to monetize. I thought monetization was bad. It conflicted with my morals because I don't like ads, but that's beyond the point. I changed because one day I sat down and I was like, I'm handing YouTube free, absolutely free content. I'm bringing them customers. I'm bringing them people. I'm making them money while I do it for free. And I don't mind doing it for free. That's not the problem with me, because I think someone's going to get maybe value out of this at some point. I don't like the idea of YouTube profiting from it, and I'm just a free employee to them, where I'm not going to be paid. We live in a capitalist society, and I think people should be paid honestly, regardless of what society you live in. I think people should be paid fairly for what their work is. So if you're going to put ads on my videos already, and you're going to, people are going to watch, and I'm providing value, and I'm providing retention, and I'm keeping people on your platform, I don't see a problem with me taking ad money. What I will not do is sponsorships, and I hope that I never have to eat my own words, because I really don't ever plan on it. I think sponsorships are really negative. I don't have a good. I think that a lot of them are conflict of interest. You have to think a lot about them. It's an ethical decision that you have to make, because you're taking something and you're putting it in front of people and you're telling them, I trust this product. AKA Honey, I'm looking at you. AKA Entitled Lands, I'm looking at you. Raid Shadow Legends. I mean, there's just too many shady companies for me to comfortably sit through and think if that's even worth it. And I think that that's the problem. YouTube is a sloppy place where these grimy companies will come out and reach out to you and ask you to promote XYZ. And I know people at very small levels, like 10,000, 5,000, 3,000 like subs, even around 1,000 subs, you will get some insane offers because I have more reach. This sounds crazy to a person who's not in this kind of space. I have more reach and engagement with my audience than a person with 100,000 subs who's automating their business, who's not talking to people, who has their affiliate links, where you have to send 30 emails to get to them. They don't care. And that's why they pay people around them to do it. I, on the other hand, will look at my email. I'll answer every comment. I'll talk to people. I'll listen to DMs or whatever. And they will. A company might see that as, we'll get a higher. So Honey was a scam? Yeah, for sure, 100%. How are they making money? They're giving out all these coupon codes for free, and they're saying, "Oh, it's kickbacks." Well, you're making this much money off kickbacks. There's no way. There's no way that they're not stealing affiliate links. I mean, even when you watch the video of them breaking it down, and the owner bringing up, oh, this isn't true. Oh, this isn't true. It's been verified. This is why I prefer, and this isn't like me e-begging. Booty is the definitive answer. Booty. I prefer Monero donations, because donation is a person's choice. They see the value, they donate to me. I don't have to split it with YouTube. It goes direct. I like Monero better because the fees are low. You don't have to give out your personal information. Nobody knows. I mean, there's so many benefits to running a platform that allows me to accept Monero. See, booty. Uh-oh, demonetization. Monero is low fees. If I lived in a country where it would cost me like $8 to pull out $10 because of fees and this and that and exchange rate or whatever, that sucks. But I don't mind it if people donate to me. I embrace it. Thank you. I appreciate it. But I don't think people have to. I don't want people to go out of their way and spend their hard-earned money on me when they should be giving it to free and open source devs, free and open source projects that exist. Slow Bear Digger's, grinder profile. He needs it. Stuff like that. Like that's honestly, I would rather see it go to a developer who is like, and that's what I do a lot of the time is I make sure that I donate not from really like the YouTube like section of it as much as I try to reinvest that into the channel or buy stuff or use it for other products that maybe people don't want to buy, and I'll test it out. I like testing stuff. I don't really mind even using my own money. Not Grinder, Growler, same thing, right? So I would rather that, yes, 100% of the time, like see maybe 99% of the time or whatever. I'd rather see people take their money and just donate to free and open source projects, even if it's $1. And I'm a dating app for 3 years almost. Yeah, that's because hookers don't need dating apps. Exactly. Can I get a burn? That was a good burn. Damn it. Damn.
Spread because.
Oh man, it's not gonna be funny because there's too much. Damn it! It took too long. I was gonna do the burn from like that '70s show, like burn. That's the only one I could think of. But Monero is definitely a better option for small content creators that haven't hit the monetization. I want people to know, like this is, I'm not saying it to flex or anything. I have over 2 million views. I have over the 4,000 watch hours. All because it came from shorts. Because it came from shorts, YouTube doesn't count that. So I gave them all that watch time, that retention. This is my thinking process with this. All that watch time, all that retention, and I can't monetize yet because it's not in video format. So my live streams count towards my video format. My video counts towards my video format, obviously, and my podcast counts towards my video format. But I own my podcast. I have a complete ownership over that. I put that in the podcast 2.0. So if YouTube ever goes rogue, it's not going to go anywhere. They don't own a single amount of it. It just happens to get posted here through some bot, some automation, because I want it to essentially be as everywhere as possible. Not everyone is based and cool on the internet and goes to like weird parts to listen to my podcast, but you can listen to from my blog. And the cool thing with XMR Chat is you can watch my live streams with XMR Chat. You don't have to donate. You can just watch it. You don't have to sign in. You don't have to give any personal information over. I embrace that. I don't care if it hurts my watch time. I want people to be able to watch wherever they think it's comfortable and whatever is easy for them. That's why I use a software to stream as many platforms as I can, even though it's not open source. But there's some in the works that I'll eventually maybe like once my subscription is up, I'll probably jump on board with like a free and open source version that does a good job. I mean, I'm not saying the platform I'm using is bad. It's okay. It's like it works. It's got I like the single glass view. Personally, I would like YouTube to, if I ever get monetized, I would like them to the money I get from like the monetization. I would like it to pay for that alone. Then I would be okay with it. I wouldn't care. I want to be at neutral or positive, not negative. But I'm at negative. But it's okay. It's not a. That's just how you media works. Some people figure it out and they make tens of millions of dollars a month by streaming on Kick and being a rude cock to everyone in public. Some people just don't. That's just how it is, and that's why sometimes I hate YouTube. And it be like that. But guys, I've given you an hour of my life and 13 minutes and 58 seconds to the internet. And I want YouTube to know that I'm a real person and I love all their policies. So if you could comment below what your favorite type of currency is. Not a cryptocurrency, just currency. Do you like the Danish currency, the peso? What is your favorite money artwork? Do it for the engagement. And guys, I'll see you in the next video. I have to go hand fist a shark, and I'll see you later. Booty, for real. Later.